Hello, my name is Mike, and I am a recovering political junkie. Although I might slip as we approach the midterms if I can do anything about the continuing mess that got Trump elected. Let's move beyond that, what I don't believe I can control, into what I can do, but I'm not sure what is the difference. Next question. I live in Vegas. Yes, that Vegas. And let's do hobbies while I'm at it, since I always get a response walking around in my 49er gear. Is that a hobby? I guess, but I have since tempered my following of the San Francisco Giants to determine if it is worth the emotional investment. The same goes for the Niners. Outside of this program, does this certification count as a program? I have six Star Trek novels in my head and a few short stories, or videos if I can learn how to use video technology beyond my mug on a YouTube video, that are in line with using Star Trek as a platform to express my social political issues. The two main ones where my mind wanders is the Caesar's Palace post-apocalyptic free clinic. You can ask about that if you want. The other is my final novel where the Starship Excelsior goes into Romulan territory at the end of a brutal war with the same Romulans, perhaps negotiating the peace treaty as a sidelight for this class or this novel, because I also deal with what to do when the commandos and crew of the Excelsior and how to reintegrate them into a peacetime galaxy within the Federation. I just watched the last episode of Band and Brothers and the Pacific, which deal with this to some degree. Enough of that. We can go further if that becomes important. As for my career in teaching, I guess it started in China when I taught English for 3 years, where I started teaching toddlers, 3 to 6 year olds, their ABCs phonetically while I was playing with them. Or was it the other way around? For the rest of the time, I taught high school English with the students who were surprisingly like the high school students I encountered when I was in high school in the late 70s, graduating in 1982. Their attitudes are the same, except for getting an apology letter for their immaturity in grammatically perfect English. In both cases, I was able to use the technology available, where Chinese politics was more of a problem than availability, as my limited grasp of technology available. After leaving China, I was a sub for 3 years and later taught in high school. I'll put that part in my written version transaction of this presentation, but I don't want to talk about it. I want to prepare my students for reality, not Sesame Street. I'm trying to tell you something about my life, maybe insight into what is between black and white. The Indigo Girls sing the song Closer to Fine do that much better than I am. I don't consider myself a good singer, and I don't like karaoke. As for my profession/jobs, let's start when I graduated from San Diego State with a political science degree, right when the job market fell through the floor to Generation X, which I consider myself the original Xer. I ended up in the Navy, where I found out that California was not the center of the universe. I am Bay Area born and raised. I was in for 10 years, 5 of which I was a real DP, computer geek, where I was the best help desk person they ever had, with the Navy, along with corporate America, migrated to using computers and the internet. I started before Windows became an operating system. Does Windows 95 count? Sort of. Seriously, this was when the Pentium and the internet fundamentally changed how we do business, and the Navy has had its own challenges, some of which I can neither confirm nor deny they ever happened. The bottom line is this is the basis of how we use computers and the internet. Although I was an important part of this, I now find myself needing help because I fell behind the power curve. This video is an example of what I can do when I want to do more. This semester, in my other class is DEPM 622, the business of distance education. I might have passed that class and finished the program if I was able to put together a good presentation. For what it's worth, I don't look at this as a failure. I see it as an opportunity to learn how to make videos and learn the technology of teaching in the digital age. I am at the end of that program, and my continuation of this program depends on what job I get and what my employers need. Beyond that, I would like to make some top 10 YouTube videos or perhaps top 12 step episodes of Star Trek that deal with addiction and the problems that come with dealing with addicts. The only one that I can find that works is Barge of the Dead, Voyager Season 7, Episode 3. Perhaps I can come up with top 10 teaching episodes. Certainly, I can do top 10 political slash social commentary episodes, but Rejoined, Deep Space Nine, Season 4, Episode 6, is at the top of the list. I can also rejoin Band of Brothers. The videos of several of them dealing with PTSD comes to mind, and Masha also has some videos that I can say something about. I'm not sure if I've babbled out, but I have noticed students blow through whatever time or word limits that the professor has attempted to impose. I will thank anybody who is still reading or listening to this with what I say. I say that to any students or PhDs that I'm asked talking to. Any questions? There's more than one answer to the questions pointing me in a crooked line. The less I see the point of some definitive, closer I am fine.